it is. I mean, MSRP of what, 130, and it's worth 20.
That's, you take from this, never buy a Maserati.
Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have an insane one, a Maserati owner who's lost $100,000 to depreciation. If you like this type of content, consider liking, subscribing, and pushing that post notification button. I would love to have you part of the channel. We're actually going to start off by featuring this comment here by Biden Y2. Love your videos. I wish they were long though. 20 plus minutes would be perfect for my commute. I love seeing your channel grow and can't wait for more. Well, Biden Y2, thank you so much. I really appreciate comments like that. And honestly, they motivate me to continue to hit record. Honestly, a lot goes into these videos. And I think from the outside looking in, it doesn't really look like a whole lot of work, but I'm telling you, the whole production and like all the stuff that goes into making these videos, the audio, editing, planning of what videos I'm going to react to, all the commentary. And I have been working overtime, posting daily, doing 3 uploads a day, 1 long form video and 2 shorts every single day. So again, Biden Y2, thank you so much for your support.
Hello?
Hey, this is Yusuf, the car dealer.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Good, thank you for asking. Thank you so much for calling me back too.
Absolutely. So I'm calling about the Maserati that you were trying to get rid of. Break it down for me if you don't mind.
It is 20K upside down, you told me. I have great credit, so it's like 750. I do have money down, but obviously based on the situation I talked to you about, I would like to not put so much down if I don't have to, just because I don't know what the future looks like right now. This every day, and I really appreciate you taking the time to guide me.
Absolutely. So you do have a great interest rate. I mean, 5%. So you owe around $41,000. Wholesale on that car is between, like I said, that range is going to be between $20,000 to maybe 23 on the top end. So you are 20,000 upside down. Here's the problem, right? You got great credit, you got good income. I know you're trying to move. The problem is unless you put a significant amount of money down, your negative equity is going to transfer over to a different car. So then if you're buying a newer car, it's going to depreciate. That will put you in an even worse situation because typically you'll have more negative equity. So it's just like eating this consistent. It's just in order for you to get rid of this, either just go lease a car, but the caveat to that is you will have a higher payment. Let's say you find a lease that is, I don't know, has $20,000 in incentives. It'll eat up your negative equity, but instead of leasing MSRP or the invoice of $40,000 from when it was originally marked to 60, now you're back at the original 60 of the invoice for the car that you're leasing, and it'll be a significantly higher payment.
Well, my payment's 11. I wouldn't mind going up to like 15.
Okay, so let's assess this really quickly. So she bought a 2022 Maserati Levante. MSRP on this vehicle is $130,000, yet it's only worth today $20,000 to $23,000. And take this from me, Maserati is probably the most heavily depreciated brand of all time. They're priced insanely high, but the market determines that the cars just aren't worth it after a couple years. Now she has great credit and a good interest rate on this vehicle at only 5%. That's pretty solid. She would have been better off buying something like a Porsche Cayenne or a Macan Turbo, something along those lines. It would have been just as nice, honestly nicer, and she'd actually have equity in the vehicle. She's paid down this car quite a bit, but that insane depreciation doesn't care. Because if she owes $41,000 on this vehicle, she's paid down almost $100,000 already.
So if you're paying $1,100 a month for the Maserati and you're comfortable going with $1,500 a month, like finding I don't know if you're looking for a luxury car, Audi, Mercedes, BMW, or if you're looking
whatever's smart, because I've been learning such a huge lesson with COVID and everything, that the market was so it was booming, right? Everything is so shaky. So I just want to do the smart thing, and that's why I messaged you.
Any lesson you take from this, never buy a Maserati. Always lease it.
I've learned that.
Never buy a Maserati.
It's horrible. I had a Ghibli and I had this one, but the Ghibli crashed. I got in an accident on my way back from Texas, and it was considered total because it was so expensive to fix minor little issues. I'm sorry to bother you too. I think I just want to keep it, not have a car payment after I'm done. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Just for a little while. I'm over that phase of trying to ride nice and prove something, I guess you could say.
I got you. Well, I'm glad the Maserati humbled you. I'll send you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Your financial picture is important, and I think that ultimately people don't take it that seriously in the pursuit of appearing to be more successful than you truly are. I think if most of us were alone on an island, we wouldn't really care what car we drove. We would just want a car that worked. works. You know what I mean? Think about how many of us, when we don't go out for the day, don't really get fully ready. We don't actually put on our nicest outfit and get as ready as we would if we were going to like a party or something, or if we were going to an event. Why do we get so ready to go to an event? Well, it's dress to impress, right? And I think that that's the same mentality we have with cars. We want to drive to impress. If you didn't really care what people thought about you, would you really put yourself in financial turmoil to get a really nice car? Probably not, right? And as long as you're not driving some like rusted out like hoopty and you just drive a normal car, I think who you are says more about you than like the car you drive. Because let's just say you don't take care of yourself, you're super out of shape, you don't dress nice, you're not articulate, you're not smart, but you drive a nice car. I think far few people are going to care about you versus the guy that drives a regular Honda Accord, but he's fit, he's attractive, he's smart. People know he has a bright future. Like, that guy is going to get far more play than the guy that's in like the Mercedes Benz, but like he's like a dweeb, you know? I think that we put far too much stake in materials and not enough stake in who we are as a person.
You burned my house to the ground! My family's dead! What do I do?
And I included that video there because it just goes to show how little empathy these car dealers really feel for you after they put you in horrible, precarious situations. Remember, these people will sell you any car. As long as you can get approved, they're happy to sell it to you so they can make their commission. But it just does not mean that it is a smart decision. Just because you're approved for something doesn't mean you have to go out and buy it. We live in a society where everybody is rushing to the finish line instead of enjoying the journey. But studies have shown that the amount of endorphins that are kicked off in your brain during the anticipation of a certain event can sometimes match or even be greater than when that event actually occurs. So let's say you're excited to go on an awesome vacation with your family and friends. A lot of times that built up excitement where you're like counting the days, you're like, oh, 3 more days, I'm so excited, I'm gonna wear this, oh, we're gonna go do that, and you're just excited, you're pent up, you can't stop smiling. That excitement you're feeling right there, that is the journey, okay? That is the journey. So when you just rush in to that nice car, what you're doing is you're skipping all of that and you're going straight to the vacation. And then you're just perpetually chasing this loop of having to get a new high. So you need a better car, and then a better car, and then a better car. So the next clip that I'm about to include right now perfectly plays into this.
I just want to let you guys know this. Please do not settle just for that reliable car. It's the smarter decision. If you want some shit, some fast shit, some unreliable shit, some shit that you watched 1,000 YouTube videos on and you really want shit, go get that shit. You feel me? Go get what makes you happy. Because if the shit breaks down, is in the shop, you're gonna grind to get it out. You are gonna grind to get it out. But if you get some shit that you don't want, that you don't like, you're gonna dread driving that motherfucker. I'm telling you. I hear homies all the time, hey bro, hey, how's the car? How's your car driving? This and that. Oh, it's driving fine. Because I love my car, so it's driving fine. At the end of the day, just get what you want.
Now, here's the thing. The problem with the mentality of just go get into debt, go get the fast car now, go get the expensive car now, you'll figure it out later, is that are you willing to put up with the extra stress of the car payment? What if a family member gets sick? What if you lose your job? What if you get injured and you can't work? Those what ifs are real. And the truth is, you will never get that original high from getting that first cool car. And 6 months to a year, the honeymoon phase is gonna wear off on the car just like it does in relationships. You meet that new person, you're like, oh, this new person is great. They're so much better than the last person. They have what the last person didn't have. They have this, they have that. And then after 6 months to a year, you realize, actually, this person's not as great as I thought they were. And it's like, yeah, because the rose-colored glasses are gone. And you realize everybody has imperfections, and you're never going to find that, like, one perfect person. The exact same thing applies to cars. After 6 months to a year, you're going to be tired of the car, and most likely you're going to want to go get a new car. So then you're going to go get yourself into more debt because you're most likely going to be upside down on that car. So you're going to just perpetually be in this cycle of buying new cars to chase that original high that you got on the first purchase. You're buying a car you can't afford to motivate you to make more money to pay for this insane car payment, only to then just not be content with that car anymore because it's no longer the big bad car in 6 months to a year. Now, I'm actually a big fan of nice cars. I think nice cars are awesome, but they should be a reward for hard work. So a better use of your time and effort is simply just to make the money, save your money, and then just go buy a car with either a huge down payment at a low interest rate because you have good credit. Make sure you have good credit. If you don't, start building it, or just buy it cash. I have no problem with a car motivating you to work hard. I think that's actually good. But the problem is when you rush into the car, you then go get an insane car payment with an insane insurance premium, and now you're stuck. And God forbid anything happen, what are you going to do then?
Hey, go buy that car. Because according to all the experts, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, so you probably won't have to pay for it anyway. All jokes aside, there are a ton of people on here that tell you when to buy a car, how to buy a car, that the best time to buy a car is at 12:59 p.m. the second day of the third month of the year, all this other bullshit, and it doesn't really matter. You know when the perfect time for you to buy a car is? When you find the car you want at the price you're willing to pay. That's when it's a good time to buy a car. And why not buy the car you want? I mean, you work your ass off, at least have something to enjoy, because most of the time, the only thing you get to do is drive back and forth to work. So when you're going to the job you hate, you might as well be sitting in a nice comfy seat with all the bells and whistles that you really, really want so you can enjoy your ride to hell. And I'm all about enjoying this life. You only get to do it once, that you remember, so you might as well enjoy it. Because who wants to be standing at the pearly gate at the end going, damn, got through that? No. So I say buy the car you want. Just don't get screwed over. And if you need my help, you know where to find me. Hope this helps. Like and share.
I think that video is a slippery slope. And the reason I say that is because, yes, it is important to enjoy the car you drive. However, it's not as important as having financial security. And this is definitely the winning sentiment. The people who preach financial security and financial literacy, we are the minority. People do not want to hear this, many people. Now, although the financial space is really huge on YouTube, we're still a small niche compared to like just straight entertainment. Like, the people who are like the kick streamers, the gamers, the people who just have like kind of like that, like, no offense, but like the brain rot content, like that is still a bigger niche. Those people, all like those normies, are just like, like the regular commentary channels. They just talk shit about other people. Like that big niche, it's like the downfall channels, or like the downfall of this person, or the downfall of, I don't know, PewDiePie, the downfall of Mr. Beast, and the downfall of, I don't know, FouseyTube, and like just like these channels that they preach is just hate. Those channels, that's a way bigger niche. Okay, those niches are huge. All those people, they all agree with this. Us people on the finance side, we are still a smaller niche. Although I think this is the best part of YouTube, we are the minority. And the people watching this channel, odds are you also are financially literate to a degree. If you're on this channel, you are financially conscious. We are the minority. We understand that this advice is antithetical to what is conducive to the average American. The reason I say that is, the average American is going to hear this, say, you know what, I do deserve that really nice Mercedes or that really nice BMW. I'm going to go buy it because I work my ass off. But to most Americans, working their ass off is just simply working 9 to 5. Now, I'm not here to say to shit on anyone who works 9 to 5, absolutely not. But I'm saying if you only work 40 hours a week, you're not necessarily working your ass off. Okay, that's a controversial take, making that take. And for those of you that aren't going to like what I'm about to say here, go ahead and leave your hate in the comment section. But if you're not working at least 60 to even, 80 hours a week, I would say you're not truly working your ass off. Okay, to the people who are working overtime, 2 jobs, maybe even 3 jobs, sure, those people are working their ass off. But if you just work 1 job 40 hours a week, I'm sorry, but you're not working your ass off. You're just working a regular job. You're working a normal amount. The term working your ass off is for people who literally work their ass off. Like all they do is work. They work more hours than normal. They're working their ass off. So for all these 40-hour-a-week people who typically don't really make that much money, they hear this and they say, you know what, I'm going to go get that super expensive car. Then that locks them into this paycheck to paycheck, forever in consumer debt, never building wealth cycle. What I'm going to do here is read her caption. So she says, stop letting people tell you how to enjoy your hard-earned money. Get the car you deserve and want, because at the end of the day, you're the only one making the payment! ! And here's the thing, I don't think finance people are telling people what to do. Finance people are telling people what makes financial sense because, well, that's their job. They're in the finance space. That's what they've built their brand on. Whether or not you listen, that's up to you. Look, at the end of the day, not everyone wants to be financially literate. And I totally understand that. And for the people who just want to go out there and consumer spend and spend all the money they make from their job, that's great. That's the life you want to live. It's a free country. That's the life you can live. But there are a different class of people who say, you know what? Fuck that. I want to one day be able to afford my dream home. I want to one day be able to afford my dream car. And I mean like my true dream car. Not just a nice car that I want. Like I want to be able to afford my dream car. You know, one day I want to be able to take a vacation every month. And one day I want to be able to own my time. Let me give you guys two scenarios, okay? Scenario number one, you work 9 to 5, you make $5,000 a month, and you spend $5,000 a month, okay? This person is gonna look like they have more going for them because they might have a Mercedes, they might have a decent apartment, right? And they might wear nicer clothes. Now, this person over here makes $5,000 a month, works 9 to 5, but they have found a way to only spend $3,000 a month to live, okay? Now, this person takes that extra $2,000 and they invest it over the next 10 years. In 10 years, this person is going to have zero wealth. In fact, they're probably going to be in debt. Person 1, that makes $5,000 and spends $5,000. Person 2, that makes $5,000 and spends $3,000 and invests the remaining $2,000. They are going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, getting them closer to achieving financial freedom. Now we're going to push this scenario a little bit further down the road. Let's say person 1 is now 50 years old, okay? Person 1 has always spent every dollar they made because you know what? Damn it, I work hard. I work hard and I deserve something. I deserve to go out to eat. I deserve to buy those clothes. I deserve to get that nice car. I deserve it. I deserve it. Okay? Fair. Sure. You say you deserve it? Cool. Person number 1 is now 50 years old, has no wealth, has no retirement, and has no way to ever stop working. Okay. Let's go to person 2. Person 2 is now 50 years old, has a 7-figure net worth, has a paid off car, and now can decide to say, you know what, I'm done working. Person 2 retires early, buys the house they always wanted, and now drives the car that they always wanted, which is nicer than person 1's. Person 1 has a Mercedes C-Class, and person 2 just cashed out on a brand new Mercedes S-Class. So although on the journey, person 1 looked like they were balling more and they were enjoying life more than person 2, person 2 now doesn't have to answer to that boss that they hate. Person 2 doesn't have to deal with those coworkers that are freaking toxic and that are fucking annoying and nobody likes to be around. Person 2 now can spend their time with their family, friends, and their children. While person 1 looks like, no offense, but this lady here, old, still has to clock into a job they hate, still has to deal with bullshit at work, still has to stress about bills. But you know what? Hey, they drove that nice car from the beginning. They went on those vacations from the beginning. They always went out to eat all the time from the beginning. And they will live the rest of their life working until they can't work anymore. And they would just eventually have to try to survive off Social Security, which will barely get them by. But hey, they had the Mercedes when they were young. I don't know. You tell me if that scenario sounds better than person 2 retires with financial freedom, the house they always wanted, the car they always wanted. They have the money to go do whatever they want and spend their time however they want to do it. The choice is yours. There's no right or wrong answer. You just have to make up that choice for yourself.
I can't stand it when I see kids that are making 70 grand a year spending $28 for lunch. I mean, that's just stupid. It's just, think about that in the context of that being put into an index and making 8 to 10% a year for the next 50 years. The best test I do with my kids' friends too, go into a closet, go into your closet and look at how much shit you have you don't wear. Because you either bought it because you thought you were gonna wear it and never wore it or wore it once, and you end up wearing 20% of your portfolio all of the time and 80% you pissed away. I mean, that's really stupid. And so for a young person, a young woman or man, don't do that.
So what is the trend that we see here? What is the trend? The trend is that a lot of the people that are telling you to just throw your money away, spend it on whatever, buy that new car, you deserve it. These are people that are financially struggling, okay? These are people that are saying, well, just figure it out, you know, make that car payment. It doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account. Most of these people have no portfolios. They have no financial security. They have no emergency fund. They don't own any rental real estate. They don't own any Bitcoin. They barely have any equities. If they do, maybe they have a little bit in a 401k at work. Versus the people who are telling you the opposite, which is save your money. Don't go blow it on that car. Don't go blow it on consumer spending. These people typically are very wealthy. You're gonna have to choose who you wanna be. Who do you wanna be? Do you wanna be the regular guy that says just go blow your money on whatever and go drive that nice car? Have that nice wardrobe where you get to wear nice clothes and you look like you're doing really well, but in reality you're struggling and you're in debt? Or do you want to be the second guy who actually gets there? Pick and choose who you're going to listen to. Ask yourself, do I want to emulate the person that I'm taking advice from? And the answer is no. You shouldn't be taking advice from them, obviously. Say what you want about Kevin O'Leary. Obviously, a lot of people don't like him because of the way he acts, but he's extremely successful. And that's the point. And the thing is, no matter what rich person you talk to, whether it's a Kevin O'Leary or somebody who's the complete opposite of him, but still wealthy, they're going to tell you the same thing. Take your money and be intentional with your dollars, because that's exactly how you're going to get to where you want to go. Ultimately, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. We get to choose where we go in life. What you do with those 24 hours will show later on in life. If you're young, this is the best time to start taking your life serious. And if you're older, it's never too late to turn it around. And I hope that these episodes where I kind of can have like a real talk with you guys, and it's not just so reaction heavy, are impactful and can kind of turn someone's life around. Even if it's just one person, then I achieved what I set out to do. And these are my favorite type of episodes where I can kind of have a more one-on-one feel like conversation with my audience, rather than like constantly just reacting to stuff and just giving like a 20-second take to it and then like moving on to the next video that I react to. I think that content, it has its place, but to me it's not as fun as this, where I can actually have a more genuine conversation with you guys. So if you're still here, I appreciate that. You definitely rock with me, and you know what, I rock with you too. Thank you. And consider subscribing and liking the video and pushing that post notification button, because you know what, if you're still here in this video, you're the exact type of person I want on my channel. So I'd be honored to have you subscribe, because you're exactly who I want on this mission with me to build this channel to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 subscribers. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, guys, the best time to invest was yesterday. Second best time is today. The time is always right to do what is right. Peace out.